The director, Lee Isaac Chung, he did not want to make a movie with some like message. I didn't want to get on my soapbox and preach to you. Steven Spielberg, executive producer, he put his thumbprint on the movie by saying, I don't need there to be a serious romance storyline in this. I don't need these two like obviously hooking up and like, oh, they fell in love, yada, yada, yada. That's not the point of the movie. Welcome, once again, to the Nonsense Nexus. We're going to do another quick installment of Flicks and Giggles. I'm X, she's Ree, and today I'm going to sell her on going to see Twisters. Because you absolutely should. Let's do this.
Is it called Twisters?
Twisters.
Twister.
Twisters, with an S.
Okay, got it.
So, okay, off the rip, this might just be the blueprint for doing reboots and late, 15, 20, 25 years later sequels. This might be the blueprint for that. Like, everyone should be taking notes here because this worked. Like,
Really?
honestly, it does a very good job of being a standalone movie. I will straight up say, if you have never seen 1996's Twister with Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt, you don't need to watch it to watch this movie. The only thing you would need for, previous knowledge is, do you know what a tornado is? You ain't familiar with a tornado, you might need to watch something before this. That's all I would say. But, yeah, it harkens back to the previous movie with one thing. And it's a piece of hardware, not a character, not a town, not a institution of any sort. It's just a piece of hardware. So I was like, ooh, okay, I see what you're doing. You cooking a fresh mix and just calling it something else. This must be what it was like when McDonald's first came out with Chicken McNuggets. Like, ooh, that's different. What's happening?
Wow.
It's seriously a fun movie. And I'm going to say, it has everything it needs to work. I'm gonna come back to that point in a minute, but let's just talk about tornadoes, big tornadoes, little tornadoes, clean tornadoes, dirty tornadoes, twin tornadoes, fire tornadoes, and rodeo tornadoes. All of them in the movie. What makes these tornadoes different? I mean, dirty and clean ones, like some of them just looked brown and had a lot more dirt in them than other ones. Some of them was just very clean and pure white, like fresh sheets in a dryer sheet commercial. Fire tornadoes, we've discussed those on this channel before. It is a tornado made of goddamn fire, and that was in the movie. A rodeo tornado was similar. It's a tornado made of rodeo pieces. That is also in the movie. It's like there's a tornado for everybody. I mean, unless you like cotton candy. There was no cotton candy tornadoes, but pieces of the rodeo tornado might have been made of cotton candy. I wasn't checking for that. I honestly thought at some point there would be a factory or a plant or something that was razor blades being manufactured, and a tornado would hit that and just be like this spiraling mass of whirling razor blades just wrecking up the countryside. I was like, they're doing everything else with these tornadoes, but the fire tornado was a factory industrial tornado site, so I did get that. Just it wasn't razor blades; it was flames, and it was glorious.
That's awesome.
Back on point. Twisters is a Daisy Edgar Jones, Glenn Powell, and Anthony Ramos movie. I don't really think anyone else in the cast matters. It's them three. It's their movie. Everybody else is like, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, you are. Now get in the background where you belong. It's about them three. And what I find cool is that each one of them, in terms of what their character is, each one of their characters brings something to the movie that is literally necessary to pull off the ending resolution climax scene. So I kind of like that. I feel like that little execution of we need all three of these characters to have a reason to exist. I feel like some movies I've watched in the past couple years have just forgot that needs to happen. But what does happen? What goes down besides a whole lot of houses? Twisters begins with an idea. A young meteorologist... Oh, I'm going to tear this word. up, by the way. Here comes all my practice in life overcoming stuttering. It's about to fail on the word meteorological. Meteorological. Close enough. Give me the B minus. A weather prodigy. That's who Daisy Edgar Jones plays. Her name's Kate. She's come up with this idea when she's like in, I guess, grad school. Seems like a little more advanced than undergrad. Grad school for sure. To tame a tornado by absorbing the moisture that's in the whole storm system and just sucking it out of the air so that the tornado can't tornade. Is that the verb? I don't know. It is now. Using some kind of crazy high science, highly absorbent polymer bits. It follows the idea from 1996's Twister movie, the Dorothy drone bubble things that they wanted to suck up into the tornado to get readings. Well, now they want the tornado to suck up these super absorbent things so that it kills itself. So they need to put the barrels of this super absorbent polymer pellets. I am not going to be able to talk at the end of this. Put barrels.
I was bad today.
Oh no, man, I'm not. I don't got it. I don't got it. I'm just going to force it. Put barrels of this super absorbent polymer pellet in front of the path of a tornado so they can suck it up and choke itself out. So that's the plan. That's the idea. So we see her with a group of her friends that are also in grad school level and a romantic interest of hers that she's obviously had a serious relationship that's ongoing with. Go out storm chaser style. Anthony Ramos is there from the jump. He's the man in the van. He's got the equipment. He's on the radio. He's telling them what's up. But he's in the van that hangs back. Well, they go forward to the tornado. This whole thing goes sideways. Just awful, terrible, tragic. And tragedy strikes. Our lead character is left diminished, to put it mildly. We have a 5-year time jump from that moment.
Okay.
She is living an unfulfilled life, but she still has her special sixth sense, ridiculous instinct for weather reading.
It's her passion.
So she's working at some kind of weather institute, and people are like, "Oh, I got all this satellite data. What's going on with this storm system? What's going to happen?" And then people who are there like, "Well, I feel like we should put the alarm up because this storm system looks like it's going to go blah, blah, blah." And they're like, let's ask Kate. You got all this data and all this stuff, and you're a trained professional. Let's ask Kate. And Kate's like, it's going to go south. You're fine. Like, she's the chosen one for weather.
Yeah.
But she's not happy. She's very unfulfilled. She is saddled with 5 years of just holding on to guilt for her friends dying. And then Javi comes back into her life. Javier shows up like, yo, I got it. I went to the military. I got access. This is the second most unbelievable thing in the movie. That this man got his hands on prototypes. I guess there is a reason why it might have happened. For these really intense imaging devices that the Air Force uses, the Navy uses or whatever, that they have miniaturized to the fact that they will fit in the back of a pickup truck. And he wants to get a tri-position, super 3D image of every aspect of a tornado from top to bottom. This has her like, ooh, we could learn so much. He's like, right, we could learn much more. We could make more advanced warning systems. We could know more about them. But we got to chase the right tornado and get in front of it and know all that stuff. And no one can predict that stuff like you can, Kate. I need you to get back in the game. She's like, nope, and then leaves. And yada, yada. Of course she's going to go because that's where the movie takes place.
Right.
So she finally comes up on set where my man's at. And he's got a very, very large, well-funded team. And they're all about this. Experts, PhDs, doctors, and $1 million budgets of equipment per truck. And then we see them going out in Oklahoma. Whole movie takes place in Oklahoma. And chasing storm cells. And they got like these tourist-looking ass people. It's like everybody with a cheap weather app on their phone and a camera is out here trying to get pictures of a tornado form, and they're in the way of these professionals. Then here comes Tyler Owens, which is Glenn Powell's character. He is a YouTuber known as a Tornado Wrangler, and he comes in loud and rowdy, and he's like selling t-shirts, mugs. He's got merch. He's got fans. He's got these people who are here, these little in the way fake YouTubers. He's like the big YouTuber, millions of subscribers. Good Lord, I can't talk. And he's the hype man. And it's like, oh no, this dude's trash. He's gonna get in our way. And now you've got like the clean science team and then this rugged fame chasing looking dude that's kind of set up. And they start chasing the same storms. Now, this is what I don't understand. What he's doing with the tornadoes does not interrupt what they're doing. They want to get a tornado sighted and get in 3 different positions, one beside, one behind, one in front, which isn't an exact triangular picture, but whatever. So they can scan it from 3 directions. What he's gonna do, I don't want to spoil it. It's one of my favorite things in the movie. He's going to do some wild nonsense. It's more like some jackass level stuff that does not interfere with them. So why are they playing like, oh, I think the tornado's going to be to the east. You think it's going to be west. You should go west. And she's trying to like, Kate's doing this, trying to like send him the wrong way away from the tornado. Like, no, it's my storm. You get your own storm. Like,
Yeah, that's weird.
there's plenty of wind-based devastation for everyone, children. I don't know why she's being all possessive with it, because what he's trying to do will not get in their way, but whatever. So he shows up and he's more like a heel to the team. Of course, things don't go right the first attempt at scanning, and they don't blame Tyler or nothing. It's just these storms, they didn't plan for this. They didn't plan for Kate freezing up in the moment because she hasn't seen a tornado in 5 years, and when last time she saw one, it was a harrowing experience for her. Yeah. So you got to have strike 1, Kate freezes up. Strike 2, equipment failure. Well, not failure. One of the scanners literally just gets sucked up in a tornado and it's like, bye, that thing's gone. See you in Act 3. And then strike 3, third attempt is when like, oh, change the plan. Things start to come together. Now, of course, character Tyler Owens, Glenn Powell's character, is going to see character Kate, Daisy Edgar Jones, and be like, you attractive. Where are you from? And it's like, my man, in every scene he's in, he is like, I am not the star of this movie, but I'm the star of this movie. Like, he just comes in and is like, hang on, let me turn, swag is on 11, bravado is on 11, charisma is on 11. Go ahead and keep the camera on me. Y'all can't resist. I was just like, no, dude is stealing the show. He's the star of this movie. And it feels that way right up to the very, very end. But after strike 2, trying to get a view, we start learning that the motivations of Javier's employers are not as clean as he presented them. And at the same time, we learn that Tyler Owens isn't just some crazy dude with a truck out here endangering people's lives. Like, so as the movie goes, the sides shift a bit, and Kate's kind of in the middle watching the people she thought were up here come down, and the guy she thought was down here come up. And then the rodeo tornado happens, and you see there's a wreck. Now at this point, Kate has to go, like, she's at her lowest point for being the central character. She goes home to her mama. And this is the scene that I am 99.9863% sure Helen Hunt was supposed to be her mother. Because when she goes home and is talking to her mom, it's like, I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be the link. This was supposed to be the spot where we had the returning star of Twisters come into the movie.
So then...
I thought nope, she's not in the movie. I don't know what she was doing. I don't know whether she was available or not, but you can't tell me there isn't a draft of this movie somewhere where Helen Hunt was supposed to be at that farmhouse. You can't tell me. But so
they
Tyler
didn't Ghostbuster that shit. They just said
right. They didn't. She didn't want to do it. She's like, nah, I'm kind of sick of tornadoes. I'm out here. So Tyler, being like a good Southern gentleman, stalks her to her mom's house, and they have their little super personal moment. Her mom wastes no time. No turns are wasted. trying to position Tyler to romance her daughter. Like, okay, well, you need to go. And her mom's like, nah, I already told him he can spend the night. Yeah, he's coming to dinner. He's spending the night. Like, her mom is just like, you know what you need. Mm. So,
Some vitamin D.
after that short little break, Tyler sees what she was working on when she was a kid, her plan to tame a tornado. And he knows his science. So he gets a look at it and he's like, oh, this can work. You just didn't use enough of XYZ. You need more blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, yeah, but that wouldn't work because yada, yada, yada. And we get the reason why all three characters are necessary. So her little falling out with Javi has to be healed because his extreme military data can give them the details of a tornado they need. She has the plan from the science from the beginning, and Tyler has the tools to execute the plan. And that's where we go for our climax to get our ending. It's not groundbreaking or anything stellar in its scope or presentation. It's just plain good. It works. It's a grab some popcorn, shut up and eat it. Movies like this, they don't make them like this no more. It hasn't. This is good. This is just good, clean fun. The director, Lee Isaac Chung, he specifically said in an interview. I pulled this from People magazine. They said like, he did not want to make a movie with some like message. I didn't want to get on my soapbox and preach to you. Just wanted to make an entertaining story. And it's like, yeah, man, that's what we're missing. Steven Spielberg, executive producer, he put his thumbprint on the movie by saying, I don't need there to be a serious romance storyline in this. So at the end of the movie, I don't need these two like obviously hooking up and like, oh, they fell in love, yada yada yada. That's not the point of the movie. It's not necessary. So there's two things this movie does not have: gunshots and two lead characters kissing. Which I thought for Oklahoma, you got to fire at least a couple shots off, right? Like I didn't know. So
Oh wow, the
big '90s
realism is
energy.
gone.
I mean, you could have told me this movie was made in 1999. I'd have been like, the effects are really good for '99. Like, it just felt very old style, done with all the new tricks.
I like
So much
that.
fun. This is probably the most movie theater fun I've had since 2022. I genuinely liked Dune 2 better, but I had way more fun watching this movie because I had no expectation, and it just kept giving me smiles. Um,
It sounds really good.
I best describe it as like, yo, it's a you know what a Starburst swirler is?
That's that sounds like something dirty, but I know it's probably
It's
not.
them candy sticks of Starburst with like two flavors twisted up. That's what this movie is.
Okay, yeah,
It's
yeah,
one of them.
yeah.
But it's a pink and red one. It's good. Go see it. Support this kind of thing. I want more of this. And clearly audience is liking it. $85 million estimated opening weekend. It came out swinging like a proper summer blockbuster should. And the only cool note about that made me kind of write that down for this was like, some analysts are like, this is crazy because it's doing better in like the flyover states. Those of us from the Midwest should take at least a small pinch of offense to that. But like, um, doesn't resonate well with audiences in LA and New York. I wonder why y'all don't get tornadoes. But go check it out in Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Iowa, Illinois, northern Texas. Tornadoes is out here, bro, and for some strange reason, people who either have been damaged or have seen damage very near their home by tornadoes are like, we need to watch this. I have personally had a corner of a house ripped off from a tornado and
No.
slept slept through it like a champ, and
Absolutely
went and
not.
saw it, had a great time. Yeah, the Midwest is people too. Hollywood, don't discount them. Twisters is dope. I strongly support it.
Well, I've been wanting to watch a movie that is just fun. Like, just you go there, you just have fun, you're like excited, and then you go home and you're like, that was good. That was a good time. So
I
that
mean,
sounds
you
like
get it.
it's just that.
You get big tornado, little tornado, larger tornado. Like they graduate them until you get to the end where you get that big
The Big Daddy.
massive city destroying, huge spiraling, enhanced Fujita scale doom spiral that comes through and is just like, this city doesn't stand a chance.
So do you think though that it could have bettered or made worse if the two lead characters, hooked up?
Um, I don't believe a central love story is necessary for a movie to be good, compelling, or
I'm
make me
not,
want to watch it again. So
but do you think it would have ruined it?
I don't think it would have ruined it, but I think the fact that it didn't have it makes this movie better. Because it was like,
Okay.
no, we don't need that tacky nonsense. We're good, and you're good without it. This movie has everything it needs. It has what it needs. It went to the buffet. It picked up this, and instead of getting that weird thing at the end, it's like, what even is this? I ain't gonna eat that. Just leave that there. Like, but just leave it be like, ugh, brother, ugh.
That's
Left that
good.
there. Took all the good stuff. It's a solid pick. I called my mom as soon as I got to the theater. I was like, Mama, watch this movie. It's good. Just go right to it. I could not wait to tell her. I'm like, you watched the first Twister. You like that. You are going to like this one. It's solidly good. And she's like, oh, well, I'm happy to hear that. Because normally I'm calling her and telling her this movie is awful. It's the devil incarnate. Please call the priest and exorcise this demon from my mind. Nope. This is the other opposite of the scale. This is like,
Well, no, you told
this
me
is
to
great.
watch it, and then Damien was too busy. So,
I mean,
I mean, he had to play games. But
I respect that.
I should have just went by my damn self,
I
honestly.
mean, it's an underrated experience. Going to movie theater by yourself,
I
it's
love
great.
going by myself. It's
It's
been a
good stuff.
minute though.
I watched uh 5 out of 9 Star Wars movies in the theater by myself.
Oh, you're so lucky.
Just like, oh man, nobody was there to bother me about like, hey, this is dumb. Shut up.
Nah, but there is something to it when I brought Damien to his first Star Wars movie. That was kind of cool. That
Yeah,
was
but you
really
have a
cool.
son. It's cool.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
you could have had a son.
that's just
Was it worth
unreasonable.
it? Probably not, but
But yeah, Twisters is dope. Go check it out. Help push that number up. I'd love to see it be one of the biggest movies of the year. It's off to a very good start. Um, it's better than Bad Boys. There, I said it. Uh, Thank you for tuning in. Flicks and Giggles, looking at Twister. If you disagree with me, please argue with me in the comments. I would love to hear an argument of how this movie's not good. I truly don't see it. I truly do not see it. So,
yeah,
respectfully, disagree and give me some talking points. But
respectfully.
yeah, let's wrap it up there. Subscribe, like, share in any order you choose this time. I'm not going to force mandate a process upon you. But yeah, thanks for checking us out. And we out.